Monday, put hashtag Real Life Money Monday and start tagging your people. We want to know. Yeah, that's it. Real Life is now live. Now live, and we're bringing to you what is the strategy. It's going to be an awesome session. So are we there, Trisha? Can you see? Can you see?
I can't see it.
What about Facebook? Have a look.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome. So let's
sharing everywhere. We are back in the UK. We've already shown you that you can work from anywhere. Listen, if I could find signal on a beach, then you can find it anywhere. So this week it is going to be about awesome content, and we want to bring you as much as we can for free. That's why we go on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. We are putting ourselves out there to reach as many of you as possible, but we need your help to reach even more. So tag people, comment on this post, share it as many places as you can, because at least if those people aren't interested, they can just log off. They don't have to stay on it, but give them the opportunity, gift them the opportunity is what I would say to you. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to tag away and I'm going to get the sharing.
Yes, make sure you share, because tonight it's like, what strategy is important for you? So, or what's going to work for you? What strategy is right for you? And the big thing around this is why it's so important is either people are doing strategies that hurt them, that it's hurting their confidence, their belief in whether they can invest in property or not, but also people might be ignoring the vast array of strategies that are out there. They might be very fixated on the general terms of the industry, buy to let, HMO, and all of this good stuff. So today, if you've got any questions about what strategy would work for you, or maybe even just tell us what strategies you're doing, but along that way, make sure that you tag some people. So people in the Real Life Tribe, make sure you get other people here. And also, let's get some of your other friends outside of the tribe and see if they can be, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Is something being on your phone, like echoing or something?
No.
Oh, what is that noise? I can hear a noise. Yeah, so.
Do you want me to check on here if I can hear it?
Yes, no, I mean, it's okay. But yeah, start tagging. Tag the other people, start commenting, start letting us know what it is that you need to know for the property strategy. What are we talking about? We're talking about different things like rent to rent, known as flipping, known as development, new builds, commercial conversions, sourcing, project management. You know, like, what's the strategy here? What is the strategy?
We're very known for there are so many ways to make money in business or in other strategies that you wouldn't think is like a business, but you create a business anyway, because it's like so funny. People come to us with dilemmas sometimes, and we're like, wow, you can make a business out of this, because obviously if it's a you problem, it's an everyone else's problem too. So we can make solution-orientated businesses that solve an issue, then create a great income for you at the same time. There's always a way to find an extra way of income. So definitely it is Money Monday to think creatively. So yeah, when we say strategies, it doesn't mean you're pigeonholed to, a property strategy, because some of you watching might be interested in the Money Monday because it's different ways of making money. It might be investments in Bitcoin and things like that. Like, that's what we're here to do, is talk about what kind of strategy is right for you on your financial freedom, your financial growth. So get tagging as many people in here and start commenting. What strategies do you currently do in your property or business journey, or nothing? Do you do nothing? Do you just have a job that gives you a monthly income? Like, what is it that you're doing currently? And also, oh my goodness, this is so awesome. So if you are commenting now about like what strategies you're currently doing to make income, whether that's a job or businesses or whatever, also, what challenges are you facing? Maybe financial challenges. What things do you want that you can't have right now financially? You're not in a position to be able to give yourself the gift of this goal or dream. We were talking to people today about cars, properties that they want to live in. It's going to be years until I can achieve that. Is it really? And then you break it down and look at, oh, if I do this strategy and I do this strategy, I can achieve it in 12 months. It's like, oh, wow, I didn't even think of it like that. So awesome. So we've got people doing crypto investment. Brilliant. Keep it coming. Start commenting. What strategies do you currently do to create income in your life? Whether that is just a job. If it's just a job, just put #job. And then if it is #job, what else could you be doing? You are perfect to be on this Money Monday, because you're going to find out what other strategies you could be doing to get you more.
Yeah, so Money Monday is all about making the money, earning the money from all the different things. But today specifically, we're going to be focusing on property investing strategies. Yeah, so we've got some people on here already, Ray, rent to HMO, purchasing to converting HMOs. We've got people talking about crypto, and that's great, and that's excellent. And by the way, check out our YouTube channel. Go subscribe to that. We've got other videos on there about other investments and how you can start creating as many different streams of income, passive, residual, ongoing, increasing capital gains. Is super important. But specifically right now, we want to talk about how you can get property strategies that are going to work for you. So for us to have something to work with, and by the way, we might even invite you onto here so we can talk about it if you're brave enough, or if you want to get some free coaching right now. But what I want to know is, what strategy are you either doing, or you're starting to do, or you want to do, and why that strategy? So tell us what strategy it is, and then tell us why that strategy. Yeah, we want to hear from you. We're in a job, but we're learning so much from the training video. Yeah, oh, excellent. So yeah, you're already smashing these videos. I mean, they're in the portal, on the online training portal, in the Real Life Tribe, the Real Life Tribe community training program. It's just one of the products that you can start accessing many different resources across the board. Yeah, changing your property strategy lately. Yeah, from housing professionals to students now. Yeah, okay, good. Diversifying your product and your market is super important. Working on rent to HMO. Good. So tell us, what strategy are you working on? And by the way, if you're watching this live, put #live. If you watch it on the replay, put #replay. Put it in the comments so we know. And any question at any point that you watch this, get them across. We'll either answer it in the comments, or we may even do a different subject another week purely on what your question is, or we may just create a small little how-to video that goes on our YouTube channel, which again, if you subscribe, turn on the notifications bell on there, then you can make sure that you get notified, so you can check out all the new videos that are going up thick and fast. We have so much information, content, quick tips, how-tos, what it is that you need to succeed in life and property. Then you need to get that done. Awesome. Thank you so much for all the participation so far. So guys, just keep tagging some people. If you're not commenting, asking questions, then make sure that you keep tagging some people, because you never know when they go from not interested to, oh, okay, I don't know now, but I need to start researching so I can become interested, so then I'm ready. Yeah. And there's some people on here, you know what I'm talking about. You go through those phases. So Trisha, let's just talk some strategies, and let's brainstorm some ideas until people come up with some questions. So
you've got a buyer's list.
What strategy is hot in the market right now, in your opinion? Let's start a debate.
So I would say, in my opinion, definitely land creation of more homes in areas that are, in high demand but just don't have enough properties is definitely always a winner, because you've got lower cost to obviously produce the property. And then whether that is going to be a hold strategy where you refinance them and then rent them out, or you sell the properties to make a great profit when you're selling them, or both. You could have, if you're doing multiple units, either flats or a selection of flats and some developments that are like terraces or detached properties. You might have a selection of a few if you're going a bit bigger, and then some you hold, some you sell, to mix the strategies up. I would say right now, hold strategy is a must I always think a hold strategy is a must for me, because people will always need a place to live, and whether that is buying or renting, there's always a demand, right? But you just need to obviously check and do your due diligence around like what is in demand right now, because there are certain things that happen in the market economically and things like that. I believe it's always a buyer's market. You just need to know how to buy. So for an investor, you want to know, like, okay, is it this kind of price bracket that's still in very good demand right now? Because I know for sure, I spoke to a few agents just over the last week, and there are so many different things that the government have been doing to, to encourage people to still buy property, like the stamp duty reduction of any property below 500k. You don't have to pay any stamp duties on. And if you're a landlord or an investor and you're buying them, the percentages become lower. So there's lots of different incentives that, people should really utilize that right now to buy these properties. But definitely hold strategy, I've certainly found. So I don't know about the people watching. Definitely comment and let me know.
Don't be shy. No, look. I just like what's the burning thing? You're saying land, in the development and selling. Yeah. So then Justin is asking, would you say flips is a good idea at the moment due to the apparent house price fall that we're going to have? Well, I mean, if it does, it does. If it don't, it don't. But
that doesn't restrict you from doing the hold strategy.
No, well, I don't know. That's your opinion. But like what I foresee happening is just based on the COVID-19, the economy, all of that stuff. The government are going to be in some way, whether it's existing schemes or new schemes that they create, or change current things that they have that support, first-time buyers and people going to buy, stamp duty breaks, holidays, whatever you want to call them, all of this stuff. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of speculation, and there's always speculation. And it's funny, I seen a post the other day. Someone said the most powerful weapon is not the guns, it's not the bombs, it's the control of information. Yeah, so the speculation is the control of information that's out there. I mean, at the end of the day, Trisha's saying hold strategy is good because people are always going to need it. And if you're not buying, then you're going to rent. Well, that's obvious because I'm going to live somewhere. Exactly. Yeah, but at the same time, the selling of houses does have a big impact on the economy and on the statistics around recession or not recession, all the rest of it, and house sales are starting to go up again from a little bit. But I don't think that was people not wanting to buy. I think people just wasn't able to get out there. They wasn't able to do the physical move. Solicitors, brokers, the lending, the lawyers, the valuers. Yeah. You know what's cool? Like if you let me start speaking, then you can speak. Then we won't speak over each other. That'd be really cool. What do you think? Is that good? Yeah, high five. Yeah. So like all of these valuations that couldn't happen, I think that's the thing that was holding it up, not the fact that people don't want to buy the houses. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know if I'm right or wrong or sideways or what. Yeah. So what do you want to say?
Yeah, for sure. Like the agents have said the same. There's a lot of buyers still wanting to buy. It was just the fact that the high street banks basically ceased doing anything for a certain period of time because of the uncertainty as to what was going on with COVID. So everything is starting to pick up again now. And just depending on what it is for the buyer, because we've got properties that are on the market for sale right now. And, we've still got people going to view and active people in the market. But as we always say in real life, whenever you are embarking upon a strategy, whether you've done it before or you're doing it for the first time, you always must have at least a secondary exit. So if, for example, you were going to do a new build or you were just going to buy a property, renovate it and sell it, if the market did change and you wasn't in a good position to do that, what would be your secondary exit? Ideally, like obviously a hold strategy of some description. So don't go into a deal ever with only one option, because then you are setting yourself up for a potential challenge if the market did shift and change. And also, not only that, have a couple of strategies going. Like we've always said, or I've always said to my coaching clients, don't put all your eggs in one basket. So that's why me and Mark have 8 areas, like 7, 8 different investment areas that we do different strategies in, because it's good to mix it up, because yeah, you might have a lull in one of the areas, but then the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other ones that are really booming right now then make this area not so worrying when it's going a bit quiet, because it will pick up again. Does that make sense? So then it's just a juggling act of like managing your businesses correctly by not being pigeonholed into one area, because then you imagine you have one area that you did a load of flats in, or a load of supported living, or a load of HMOs or something, and then that particular strategy just goes nosedive. Well, you're screwed then, your whole portfolio. So always divert
the whole portfolio.
Pardon?
Who screwed their whole portfolio? I want to buy.
No, if you were listening, I said don't pigeonhole yourself and use diversification, because of the fact that, say you had one strategy in one area that you were like hammering, and all of a sudden something massively crashed and changed, and that strategy just did not work and nosedive, then you would be screwed, because your entire portfolio was dependent upon that strategy. That's why it's good to have multiple strategies, mix it up, do it across different areas, so that you can balance it out.
Yes, yes, I have an opinion on that. So I think what screws people, maybe or maybe not the diversification. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But one thing I know for sure that screws people up is when they don't know how to run business. Yeah, when they don't know how to run a business and people are just like coming in and you think investing in property, because people are like, I'm going to do buy to let because it's a safe bet. Is it? Why? How? I know people with buy to lets, they can't even fill them. Yeah, it's not about because here's the thing, it's not about I mean, first of all, when you start out, you need to know what strategy is good for you. And that's why, you know, our new virtual program, Real Life Property Secrets, we actually go through the whole process of working out what exactly is the strategy. What are all the strategies, number one? How much money do you make on all of them? What are you got to do to make the strategies work? And based on you and who you are, what your outcome is, what your goals are, which one would be the best for you based on the time, the money, the effort, you know, the resource, maybe even the current knowledge you have, which one would be the best for you to get your like foot on the ladder. I mean, people say, oh, I need to get my first one or my first investment. I need to get that first deal. Yeah. So whether that's true or not, you need to get your first deal. Maybe you need to get your first 10 deals. So, you know, everybody's different. But the point is, when you don't know how to run it as a business, I mean, real business, not a business that is like wants to play one size fits all, you know, like based on the way the market is right now, this is my business model. Because when things change, which they are, and it's just drastically changed right now for all to see, but all the time in little niche sectors, whether it's property, whether it's software industry, whether it's hospitality, whether it's retail, all of these different sectors, there's things changing all the time. You just don't hear about it on a mass scale like we have recently, because it's like a global thing. So these people that don't know how to run a proper business, and strategy is obviously part of that, they're the ones that I feel get stuck, not necessarily just the people that are doing one strategy. Although we don't just do one strategy, but I'm not saying that that's because there are people right now that are doing one strategy, especially service accommodation, but the people who were running it as a business. Now, what do I mean by business? I mean business, meaning you're on top of how everything functions. You've got a team. You can train your team. You can lead your team. You've got systems. There's accountability. There's like people know how to play the game within your business. You're not a one-man band. You know, you're not just a one trick pony. I don't know what you want to call it. Because then what happens is, you've got to be able to adapt and change. So what Trisha was saying, hey, have multiple exits. This is part of being able to run your business, not necessarily just like, oh, I can run the numbers and it works as this and it works as that. Okay, well, if the market changes, right now we're selling about £1.5 million worth of property. Yeah, if you want to buy it, you can have that. Yeah, because it's an adjustment, because our business is flexible enough to be able to do this, make massive amounts of cash, capital, you know, income. Yeah, while still expanding, you know, maximizing the profit, you know, being lean as a business, being on top of the numbers, reducing the expenditure, increasing the income, and maximizing the opportunity. There's a part of one of the processes that we teach, which is like around analyzing deals. Yeah, and we got a whole video program, a whole section of video programs. We also do this live as well. Oh my God, if you actually want to see this live, where we actually analyze deals, we actually speak to people on the phone live. It's not, made up. It's not fabricated. It's like literally right there and then. You're going to be able to see this coming weekend on Real Life Property Secrets if you get registered. So it's up to you. I mean, you tell us in the comments, are you getting registered? Are you already registered? Because what's the deal here? The deal is, am I going to say, well, I'm not coming because it's bank holiday weekend, so I want to enjoy my bank holiday weekend. Well, you enjoy that bank holiday weekend, and after that bank holiday weekend, you get back to work, probably doing what you maybe like or maybe you don't like. Or you can start setting precedent for the future, and you don't have to worry about the bank holiday weekend. You create your own bank holiday weekend. In fact, you don't even have to have it the weekend. Your bank holiday could be Tuesday, Wednesday.
How funny is it if like the bank holiday comes up and you didn't even know it was a bank holiday? That would be awesome, wouldn't it? You don't realize because you just live life on your own terms.
Yeah, whatever it is. So like going back to that business model and being able to change, I mean, it will come down to how you're doing it as a business, running it as a business. And fortunately, also as part of this because by the way, Property Secrets is a 2-day virtual event. Yeah, as part of that, we actually discuss like what are the components of the business, what are the importances of this, of running it as a business, and if people really want to succeed. Because what I've seen, if you just want to have, a buy-to-let here or there, you don't really have any experience. It's not really set up as a business. You don't have teams in place, which means the specialized knowledge is not there unless you're going to go out and, learn a whole new trade yourself if you're not a part of that. Or if you're a part of a trade, but you only know, because I know tradespeople. I mean, I was in the trade, but you only know a specific side of it, like delivering the project. You don't know about the finance side or the raising of the finance. You don't know that you can, create millions and millions of pounds worth of portfolio with zero of your own money. You don't know that we did that for about the first 6 million of our portfolio. There's other people on here that did it for 4 million, none of their own money. There's people that are not using any. You don't know that side of it. So that side, when you're running it and setting it up as a business, this is absolutely key. Yeah, so that business side of it. But let's come back to the theme of what it is to this evening. And someone asked earlier, I think it was Sam. Yeah, here he is. Yeah, Sam. Where do you guys stand around lease options? Look at that sexy photo there. Yeah, so where do you guys stand about lease options? I was thinking, what I think he's asking our opinion on lease options. I think it's brilliant. What it is, lease options, I'll just say my opinion quickly because mine's going to be a quick version. Yeah, my quick version on lease options is it's a great tool to solve someone's problem who's in trouble. Give them a deal that works for them, stops things from being repossessed. People are going to be in pain. People are going to be wanting to get out of the game maybe in some way, shape or form. And you come along and you save the day with an option to be able to buy their property at some point for some figure that's agreed. So I mean, that's just my opinion. The negative side of it is people think, oh, I don't have any money. I don't know how to raise money. I've not had the training. I'm not part of the right, group of people, environment. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to offer £1 for someone's house and hope to go for it. This is crazy. It is a solution to a problem, and you have to understand and uncover the problem first to see if this is a good fit. Just the negatives I've seen is people willy-nilly just saying, I'm going to do lease option. I'm going to do lease option. It's just one tool in your arsenal.
I agree, and I agree with Justin. It is basically a rent-to-rent with an option to purchase at the end. So I think lease option is an excellent strategy because, like Mark said, it's bailing somebody out. Lease option doesn't work for everyone, and this is what somebody needs to understand. A lease option deal is not for everybody. They have to be in a particular position to be incentivized where a lease option does work. And it's a twofold thing because one, it has to work for the owner where they have to be in a position where they're in negative equity or, their property just cannot sell or whatever for them to be in a position where a lease option becomes, a good strategy. Secondly, it makes it work for you as well. Say, for example, you've got a property that the person needs 150,000 for because say their mortgage is 150,000, but it's only actually worth 120, right? It's 120. That's all you'll get lending for on it, for example, because that's what it's worth in the market based on they bought it in the wrong time or whatever. So they've got 150,000 outstanding, so they need to sell it for that, but it's only actually worth 120. A lease option then works because you're going to offer them a price to purchase it at a price that works for them and you at a later date. And then maybe in the interim, when you don't take ownership, but you take control of this property over a given amount of time that you agree, and you may be adding value to the property and bringing it back to life because maybe it's not in such a good condition. You then bring a property back into use, give somebody else a place to live because you can have it as your rental strategy for a bit. And then at the end, then the person that's being stressed out by having to deal with this property that they're having to pay for, that they can't sell, all of these challenges, they can then walk away and relax for a bit. They've got a price that you've agreed that would work for them at a later date. You take control of the property, renovate it, add value, make it better, rent it out, make an income, and then in a few years' time, you exercise the option, take on the property at the agreed upon price. The person that owned it walks away, and it's all happy days for everyone. But like I say, it doesn't work for everyone. So the thing is, release options, great strategy, but don't learn about that and think I'm just going to blast this out to everyone, because it isn't a for everybody deal. It isn't a for everybody deal, but a very good strategy, and you can easily make a very good income out of it. Win-win situation for everyone that could be.
Yeah, absolutely. So tag someone right now, whether you're watching this now on the replay. If you are on the replay, put #replay. Just tag someone who you think, hey, would you be interested in knowing or finding out what strategy in investing in property would be good for you? Right? Like who watching this right now knows at least one person that you might just want to pose the question to? Yeah, let me comment, but let me know. But then also start tagging those people. Who are the people that be like, hey, look, you're in property. Do you want to figure out whether this one or how you can expand into different areas, how you can start doing 4, 5, 6 deals at one time? Running it as a business. If you're just gonna one-man bandit and you want to take all that on, it does because when some of them start going into management phase, and you got to deal with that and make sure everything's running smoothly. And then there's some project, and then there's the finding the new deal event, like one-man band style. It's not going to work. You got to run it as a business. I say it's not going to work. I mean, it's going to work, but it's going to work you. yeah, it'll be working you. I mean, you think you'll work? Yeah, that's another story. So the key here, guys, is tag some people who might want to say, what strategy is good for me? How do I expand my portfolio? How do I expand my wealth? How do I expand my streams of income? Isn't it true that maybe in school they teach us just about having one stream of income? Yeah, do you want to know how to have different streams of income? And then within that stream, you could say property investing or real estate is that stream of income. How about within that, there are then also multiple things that are working for you. How to JV partner, how to have investment, how to build, your business. Maybe you're sourcing properties, maybe you're project managing. I mean, you're doing it anyway. I mean, that's how it started for us. We were doing it anyway, and people were like, oh, wow, how do you make this work? Well, you pay this money, you get this. Yeah, for project management, for services, for consulting, for coaching, and that's real life, baby. That's why on a huge scale now, so many people, they're part of this awesome culture. It's a culture. I think that's what sets it apart from everything else. It's a culture that maintains a very high standard. Now, sometimes that brings up some mind frick for some people, because you go through some growth and you find some stuff about yourself, because that's what business leaders do. Yeah, who's a leader? Who is a leader, and who wants to be a business leader? Let me know in the comments.
It's important to do that, because we were talking about this the other day. It's like there's a lot of people doing very, very well in property, but it's created a job. They have another job because they're doing everything themselves. They're working on the sites themselves, like doing the renovation works. Then they're doing all the finishing of the product. Then they're managing the tenants that go into the property. Then they're also managing the maintenance. So they've just created another job, because I said to them, well, okay, so you have a few property, you're doing very well. And they're like, well, and I said, what do you mean, well? I met somebody when I was abroad. I said, well, what do you mean? And he said, well, I do it all myself. So I go in, you know, I renovate them, I do this, and that's exactly what I've just said. And I said, well, so you've created another job. And I said, why didn't you look into getting somebody to do that for you instead of you having to do it? Surely, you know, you could be in that position right now. Yeah, I just didn't think about it like that. And obviously I want to make sure that it's all done properly. It's not being a leader.
Yeah, do you know, just on that, because I like the debate, yeah? By the way, everybody do this. Everybody watching this, do this right now. Do this. Do this. Next time you do your live, do this. This is the real life sign. This was done by one of our youngest members of Real Life. Freya Harvey. It's a new sign, baby. It's a new sign. This is real life. This is what it takes to do the right thing for the right reason, because it's the only way you're going to discover your true potential. So just on that, there's nothing wrong with managing your own properties or, you know, being on the tools and all the rest of it.
There isn't, but it's just small time. There's only so much of that you can do.
Yeah. So do I look like like one of the chief? Yeah. So what I was saying is the main thing is that you still got to, maybe one day you don't want to do that. So like you've still got to have that business perspective, even if you still work in the business. I mean, I know businesses and I've helped businesses where the owner of the company is doing the work. Yeah, but there's someone else, not necessarily above him, but in the hierarchy of the management of what's going on, they are the one that deals with the business side of it, the accounting, the bookkeeping, you know, all of that stuff. Yeah, so you still got to, this is just my opinion. Maybe I'm totally, you know, bonkers on a different planet. I'm just saying, my opinion, maybe one day you might want to go surfing, or you might want to go for a walk around the coast. Maybe you want to go and fly a kite. Maybe you want to swim the channel. Maybe you want to break some Guinness records for how many pegs you could clip onto your face. I don't know. Like whatever you might want to do, you know, just one day it might not be that. But if you don't create that, and that's why I love business, because building business with like the end in mind, the outcome, and how does this system, and how do I make this thing run without me? I could still be there. I could have any job. I can be the cleaner if I like. Yeah, I can be the person that goes and puts the furniture in. If I love doing that, if you love doing that, this is the beauty. You can do what you love doing, because I know some people, they love it. They love laying the bricks. I drove by a wall. Someone's built a wall at front of a house, and they had two corners up, and it was just ready to run in. Any brickers or any construction people, you know what I'm talking about here. It was just ready to run in. And I was like, yeah, I would love to just whip some lines on there and just run in. But I don't want to be doing that day in, day out. But I do love, you know, a little bit of getting hands on. But at the same time, I don't want to be in a position where I'm forced. I must be, you know. But if I do, and whatever happens, I know I can make it work. But ultimately, you've got to know how to create a product. You've got to be able to sell that product, which is finding what people need and giving it to them, which is exactly what property is. And when there's some key principles, some key fundamentals that without them makes property and investing in property makes it very difficult. Yeah, very difficult. Your mindset goes, you start asking questions like, am I doing it right? You know, I should be further ahead. Should have done this. I wish I'd have knew that. It's just because of some key principles. But some of the principles are as well just knowing that I am doing the right thing, that I am moving, that I am growing some roots here and building a good, strong foundation. That's one of the biggest things, and that's why what strategy is so important, because you've almost got to have a bit of that blind faith, like driving at night time. So driving at night, I'm assuming when you drive at night, you don't stop because you're like, whoa, I can only see that far in front. No, you drive into the darkness with full faith that as you drive forward, the light will reveal the next part of the road. Yeah, I'm sure that's what you do. Put it in the comments and let me know. Yeah, so with that in mind, surely that's how the life works.
But that is another strategy. Like you're saying, some people that love furnishing the properties at the end and getting them all pretty and ready for photographs, if you love that, that's also a business, because that is a project management ability. You know, somebody that we knew, we met at one time, she's created, a over £1 million business in like 1 to 2 years, just staging and furnishing properties. Is awesome, right? So if you have got a passion for that, that's another strategy to do. There's always a way to make a business and money out of it. And that's what, like Mark said, we're not saying don't do that, but obviously you've got to be open to what is your outcome, and are you going to be able to live your outcome? Say, for example, it was to live by the beach with, the beautiful sea air, and not have to be in a meeting room to do this and this and this every day. Well, are you going to be able to live that outcome where you can just go for a walk, go and have these experiences, peaceful time in your life, if you're managing all these tenants, dealing with the maintenance, going to the property, blah, blah, blah. No, of course not. So it's about having the option to do that and to create that for yourself. So being part of a network like For Real Life, with the coaching, the mentoring, training with the tribe members, the masterminds, the togetherness, the support is unbelievable. It's life-changing, because you will create a business asset, because your business that you're creating becomes an asset. And it works instead of you, because you don't want to create another job. You don't want another job.
And then you can sit on your asset.
Yeah.
While your business works. Because that's the key. Because I love business, and I love building businesses and all these business ideas, and the people that have the passion of the areas that not necessarily have the passion in, but I love the fact that it solves a problem and it helps people, and it's going to help the economy, the community, and all of that good stuff. Yeah, and I love the business, and that's the part that I bring to that. Absolutely. Oh wow, that was Signal. Am I there still?
Go back. It cut out slightly, but you're good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just about analysing what fits with what you're doing right now. And if you're struggling, if you're like, hey, do you know what? I really haven't got a clue, but I do want to get into property, or you're interested in property, or you want to know how you can make more money because you're hitting your head against a brick wall as to like you have nothing left at the end of each month like I used to. And how else do I make more money? I can't work any harder. I have no more hours left in the day. Is that you? Do you feel that way right now? Because I felt like that. I know it happens. I feel like this, right? If you are just stuck and you just need somebody to guide you and give you those options, like what are the different strategies and how do they even work? And also, I've got no money. So how do I invest in property or do property strategies? I've got no money. So if you also want to know, like, how do you raise investor finance, get joint ventures? How do you make calls to agents, to landlords, deal with tenants, find tenants? If you want to know how to do all of these things, get yourself to Real Life Property Secrets on Friday and Saturday, 28th, 29th of August, because you will learn all the strategies in property, the ones that are hitting the crowds right now, the ones that loads and loads and loads of us in the Real Life Tribe are absolutely blasting all over the country and beyond. What is working for people right now in this industry? What are people successful at? What are people smashing it at? What are people finding challenging? You'll find out how to raise joint venture finance. You'll find out how to raise angel investment finance, crowdfunding. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, also, do you know, I was just thinking while you were saying it, how can we say that we know and bring in a program like the latest? How can we do that? Is anybody wondering that? Put it in the comments, whether you're watching it replay or not. Because I'll tell you why. How can we do that? Because we don't just sit there saying blah blah, this is how it works, sit there for days putting a PowerPoint presentation together to go, oh, look at this graph and look at this statistic and blah 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 blah. I mean, I might as well be saying that.
I would rather.
Anyway, yeah, I'm halfway through my joke, man. You can't break my joke.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, what we actually do, that's okay. Yeah, what we actually do is we actually do it. We do it right there on the dog and bone, otherwise known as telephone. Yeah, the telephone used to look like this, yeah, but now the telephone is like this. Yeah, this is the new telephone. So let me see your telephones. Post a picture of you doing the telephone in the comments. Yeah, that's what I want to see. So the most nerve-wracking moment, but making the calls, and the other line is only another human. Yeah, help massively. Well, good. Well, you attended the training. You've seen it happen in real life. There's no pun there because it's just real life. It's just real. You know, here's just about being real. It's just about being the real deal, showing you, demonstrating in person, showing the vulnerability that look, stuff can go wrong. I will show you what goes wrong. We'll show you what to do when it does go wrong, not if, when. Yeah, so that's how we know. I was just saying, so people might be thinking, oh, how do I do this? Or how can you claim to bring the latest? You said that last time a year ago. How's your training different? All the rest of it. Because it's the latest, because we do it, because we're actually doing the actual, we're walking it, we're doing it.
It's not like a pre-recorded thing that just constantly stays the same every event. So even if you've been to the events before, make sure you get yourself there again, because there's always new content added, because we adjust as
each deal is different. Finding the deals, raising the money. Something always different happens. So you got to raise the money. You got to find the deals. You got to know what strategy it is, what the area is. How do you analyze the deal? How do you work the numbers? What are even the numbers? What numbers are you looking for? Yeah, how do you make offers? Let's make an offer in a way that suits an estate agent. How to find the estate agent? What do you even ask the estate agent? I mean, write all these things in the comments. And maybe someone who's watching this somewhere in some place, they might figure that out. But otherwise, here's what you got to do. Are you ready for some action? Put hashtag action if you're ready for action. It's the only people that are going to take action on whatever it is they learn, whether they register for this program that's happening at the weekend, whether they even type a comment in here or whatever they do. Yeah, put hashtag action if you're ready to take some action, because here's the action right now. Number one, tag some people, but when you tag them, you got to tell them you got to register for this. Yeah. Also, share the event on your timeline. Yeah, on your timeline. Don't be a scaredy cat, as they say. Yeah, a loosey goosey scaredy cat. Don't do that. Yeah, just be brave and wouldn't you rather change at least one person's life, even if one other or 10 other people say, "What, you crazy ass guy? What you doing sharing this garbage?" Yeah, but if you just change one person's life, if we just take one person off the street, wouldn't that be useful? Because I know the people that are now in the Real Life Tribe and the Real Life Charity, everyone's coming together so we can actually put projects on to house people, help the homeless, educate the homeless, give them something more than just, a shelter of a place to live. Actually do this. Yeah, so people to take action, share it. Everybody watching it right now, share the link to www. Make sure you put that reallifepropertysecrets.com. Make sure the link works before you start sending it out. Yeah, and then what you're going to do is also anybody that you speak to between now and then, just drop them a message and say, "Hey, I really think, what are you doing at the weekend?" "Nothing." "Okay, show up to this." Insightful, very strategic, live, maybe I like to say entertaining. We have a lot of fun. We have to have fun. It's the only way I get through it. Yeah, so because there's a lot, there's a lot that we go through. It's intense, but we have a lot of fun. So, oh my goodness. And by the way, you think this is virtual, that you're just watching a TV screen? Oh yeah, baby, there's action to take. There'll be meeting new people. The networking aspect of it is game on. And if you don't know, don't worry. We got the technology. You just bring your A game, show it with a big smile, and make sure that happens. So register for this program, because I'm feeling on form. I am well rested. I'm going to give you the best of the best of what it is that you need to be able to break the silence of your generation, break free and generate income at your own will. Yeah, and know what to do no matter what is happening in the economy. Know what to do no matter what your mom or your dad or your neighbor or your uncle, your auntie tell you. Yeah, or or Bill down the pub. If the pubs are open again, I think they are. Yeah. So guys, pick up the telephone device, register for that link, and remember, above all, that the Real Life Mastermind, yeah, baby, the one and only mastermind that's been going and helping people achieve their dreams and keeping people sane through crazy times, that is happening right now. So you guys are going to be super taken care of by our host tonight. And without a doubt, I want to make sure that you do the right thing for the right reason, because that is the only way you're going to discover your true potential. And that is coming to a place near you soon. So take care. Much love to you. You guys have been awesome. Give yourselves a pat on the back or a high five, or just smile. Just smile, have fun, take it easy, enjoy life. And we will see those people that are ready on Friday, which is the first day of the 2-day Real Life Property Secrets. So thank you so much for all your love, support, all your comments. We really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And thank you for all the inspiration that you give all the rest of the people. You guys in the Real Life Tribe, from the bottom of my heart, really looking forward to Real Life Awards this year. It will happen. We have backup plan after backup plan after backup plan after backup plan. It's going to be cool. Yeah, it's going to be cool. So thank you so much. Thank you, Trisha. Awesome debate with you. Real Life Money Monday. Do the right thing for the right reason. It's the only way you're going to discover your true potential.